Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So today I'm gonna show you my everyday makeup routine for spring, and I'm so excited because it's actually finally is warm outside, and I love just spring and summer and the sun and the warmth. It really inspires me to have more of a lighter, more fun makeup looks. So I'm really excited to show you my everyday makeup routine, and let's get started. So I already moisturized my skin, and for my everyday I don't really use primer every day just because I don't feel it's necessary. If I would do more of a heavy look, I would use a primer for sure, but just for an everyday I don't use primer. I just make sure to moisturize and prepare my skin beforehand. The only thing I forgot to do beforehand is to put lip balm and moisturize my lips. So I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty Hint Hint Pro Kissers Lip Balm. I always make sure to put some lip balm on before starting my makeup, so like this when I get to my lips are nicely prepared and moisturized. So always prepare my lips beforehand. And because I'm not going to be priming, I'm going to go right away to my foundation. And for my foundation, I'm going to use my Kosas Tinted Face Oil. And you guys already know I talked about this product so much, but because it's super lightweight and it's really light coverage, but it feels like you have nothing on the skin. It really does feel super light, and it keeps my skin really glowy and moisturized too. And I'm also gonna link in the description box all the products that I'm using today. So I actually beforehand I had the number 3.5 and it matched me a little bit better. This one is a little bit light for me, but I ran completely out of the 3.5, so this is number 2, and I still can make it work for now. I think in the summer I'll have to purchase a darker color, but for now this one matches me pretty well. So what I do is I just take a little bit and I just drop it on my face. So as you can see, even though it's a light coverage foundation, it still has a pretty good coverage, I would say, for a tinted oil. Like here, it covered my scars here pretty well. You can still see them peeking through, but they're a lot less noticeable. Obviously, I have a pimple right here that just joined the family today, but as I said, the blemishes are a lot less noticeable than before. So I really love this tinted face oil, and I would really recommend it, especially if you have like dry combination skin. So now for concealer, I'm gonna be using my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Café con Leche. This concealer really covers it pretty well, and it doesn't move at all throughout the day. It sets really nicely and wears really long time, so I really like this about it. And use a brush just to dot it, and then I use a beauty blender to blend it. Also, another thing that I noticed with this concealer is, like, if you want a lighter coverage, use a beauty blender, but if you want the fuller coverage, a brush works best. So I usually just use a beauty blender, but then if I want a little bit more coverage in some places, I would just take a small brush and I just dot it like very precisely in the spot I want to cover. It also works really great as an eyeshadow primer, so I love to use it on my eyelids as well. It's just such a versatile product, honestly, and it really is worth the price. It's worth the splurge just because it lasts for so long. I had this concealer for like 3 months already, and it's not even halfway done, while other concealers usually have to buy a new one every month. So this one is really worth your buck. So I just apply it like this without really blending it. I just like to apply it precisely with the brush. But then I just take my beauty blender and I just buff it out and blend it. So that's how my face looks like with the concealer on. As you can see, it's pretty good coverage. Like, you can barely see any of my blemishes. I mean, they still are peeking a little bit through, but I'm okay with that as long as they're not too noticeable. The only thing I would like to cover a little bit more is the pimple I have right here. Actually, these two. So I'm just gonna use the brush now, but actually now instead of using the beauty blender, I'm just gonna use the brush to buff it out. It's kind of light coverage foundation with the medium coverage concealer. It just makes the perfect pair for me because I don't think I need full coverage everywhere, and whatever I do need, I prefer just concentrating on those points with the concealer. So I like how my face looks. As you can see, it's also pretty natural coverage. It has a little bit of a natural glow, but it's not like super dewy, and it's also not matte, which I just love a very natural looking skin. So now I'm gonna move to powder, and I'm gonna use my Smashbox setting powder, and I love this powder so much. Not only that it's a great powder, but what I like about it is it's like super mess free. So basically how it works is that like it's a dry powder in here, and then you just twist it as much as you want, because I don't like powders that make a mess everywhere. So I'm using just my Alamar brush, brightening brush, and it's a small brush because I just want to concentrate the powder in places I need it the most, not really everywhere. So I concentrate just a little bit on my forehead where my pimples are, just to set it here, so to make sure the concealer doesn't move. Then I also use it under my eyes and on my lids. And then I just go a little bit on my T-zone just for whatever is left in here. There's not much left, just to make sure I don't get too shiny throughout the day. So now let's move to contour, and I'm gonna use my Fenty Cream contour in the shade Macchiato, and this is the perfect shade. First of all, I love this product. It's super easy to work with, it's super easy to blend, and it's perfect for an everyday because it does last really long time, but it still looks really natural. But I also just love the shade just because I feel like it's warm enough to give me a sun-kissed look and warm up my face, but it also has a little bit of cool tone to it, so I can use it also to sculpture my cheekbones and give more definition to my face. So I really like that this shade is just right in between. I also like to go a little bit on my nose. I don't really contour, I just like add it just for a little bit of warmth. And then whatever I have access on, I just go like this on my jawline. I don't like to have too much product on the jawline because I just find it looks unnatural, so I just use the tiniest excess there is more. Like I don't deep for more product, and I just do it on my jawline, and yeah, it just gives a really nice sculptured but still sun-kissed look to your face. So I really love this product, and I really recommend it. So now for my favorite part is blush, and spring I feel is the time that I just love like going ham with blush. I just love super bright pink blush. In the spring and summer is really the time for as much blush as possible. So I'm really excited to play with some blush, and I'm gonna use my Lila B blush in the color Be Sassy, and this one is just very bright pink, but I make sure to take just a little bit just because it really is really pigmented, and I just try to go from the middle and bring it more up. Really love blush. It's like my favorite thing ever. because I want to speed things up and I don't want to use like just whole separate eyeshadow, but I still want something on my eyelids. I've been loving monochromatic looks, so basically I'm using my blush as an eyeshadow and it looks just so beautiful. So I'm just gonna take the same brush just because I wanted just a light wash on the eyes. I don't want anything too concentrated. So I'm using the same big brush and I'm going with the blush and I'm just putting it all over my eyelids. And again, it doesn't need to be like very precise. I'm just doing it as a like pink wash on my eyes. Just like that. I think it looks so pretty. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but I just really think it looks really beautiful and I love it. And I also love this blush just because it's really long lasting, and just because it's really long lasting and it's not too creamy, too emollient. It's pretty hard formula for a cream blush, which is great because it works really well on the eyes as well. And you can also use it on the lips, but I just don't love it for the lips just because it's not as creamy. But for the eyes and the cheeks is perfect. But I really like to just like top it off and set it with another blush. And I've been loving the Hourglass Ambient Blush in the color Diffused Heat. And I love this one because it has like glowy particles, so it gives you really nice, beautiful, natural sheen to your skin. So it basically just sets the blush without making it matte. It still keeps like it still keeps the glow going, which I love. So it's this almost the same color as the cream blush. So I just go over it just to make sure it just lasts longer, and I love to put blush on the nose too. Like I basically put blush everywhere. And I know it might look crazy, but it's just the look I've been loving. And I just blend it all over the lid. And I know it looks a little bit too much right now, but trust me, when I put mascara on, it just brings all the look together and it looks really good. Anyways, just because this blush topper that I used is already pretty glowy, I don't need any highlighter. And I just in general haven't been like really into highlighters lately, just because, I don't know, it's just not my thing anymore. I use it once in a while, but just not for everyday look. So now I'm just gonna do my eyebrows, and to be honest, for eyebrows, for an everyday, I haven't been really filling them up with a pencil or anything, just because I have been growing my eyebrows and really not touching them for around 2 years. So I feel like they're pretty grown out now that I can get away with not really filling them in. What I am doing all the time, every day, is using my Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 3. And this one just gives my eyebrows a little bit of a tint, and it just keeps them in place and makes them more fluffy, which I love that look. So I'm just brushing them up. So as you can see, just give them a little bit of a tint, and it just made them more fluffy upwards. And I've just been really loving natural, fluffy, messy eyebrows. I just think it looks really good, especially for an everyday. I've been really enjoying that look. So now I'm just gonna put some mascara, and the mascara that I'm using is the Big Ego mascara from Tarte. I just love this packaging. It's just neon pink and I think it's really cute. But overall, this mascara keeps my lashes curled for a really long time. Like it's natural. It's just curling your lashes while applying mascara. It doesn't move or anything, and it doesn't smudge. So it's a must for me because I'm an emotional person and I have all kind of emotions throughout the day sometimes, so I need my mascara to stay in place. So I'm just gonna apply my mascara. So you can see the eye with the mascara and without the mascara. It just gave me really nice curl and just really elongated and opened my eyes. So as you can see, the look really starts to tie together when I put the mascara. It just looks very nice. It just looks like a very nice pink wash on my skin. So now for the lips, I'm gonna use my Becca lip liner in the shade Pouty. I'm so sad Becca is closing down, but anyways, so the Becca in the shade Pouty, it's just a really nice nude pink. So I really love using it when I have the time. So I'm just gonna overline my lips just a little bit, and then I'm just gonna fill up my whole lips with this color. So as you can see, it's a very natural nude pink. It's nothing too bright, just because I feel like my cheeks are already so bright. I don't want like just too much color in my lips. I want something very natural. So I feel this one is just perfect for that. So now I'm just gonna use a tinted lip balm. And the one I'm gonna use is the Rowan Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Charlie. And it's my recent discovery from my last BoxyCharm. But I've been just really loving this lip balm. I love how it feels. I love how it smells. I love how it looks. It looks like really nice and shiny, and I love the color as well. So I'm just gonna use that. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for my everyday makeup. I'll just zoom in to show you the makeup look up close. So as you can see up close, my skin is looking pretty good. You can still see the pimple right here, but here it's a little bit, but on my cheeks my scars are a little bit less noticeable. As you can see, the blush is pretty bright, and also I have a bright wash of color on my lids, natural fluffy eyebrows, and pretty natural lip color. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I had so much fun showing you this makeup look. Honestly, I'm obsessed with this look. I think it just looks really beautiful and cute and youthful. If you like that look, I would really appreciate you giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate it really. And I hope to see you in my next video.